Hey guys, welcome back to my channel.
It's been a year hiatus,
It's been
but we're
a
back!
year, but we're back with some Fuego content, so stay tuned, kids.
Vancouver, British Columbia, or Van as the locals say. This is my first time visiting the Pacific Northwest and West Coast. Yes, for those of you who don't know, Vancouver is located along the Pacific Ocean. With two locals as my guides, I'm here to discover life as a Vancouverite. We'll start our journey over a good slice at a pizzeria located on the University of British Columbia's campus with my dear friend, Lolo.
Oh, baby.
So tell me about this pizza and the significance of it.
In my life? Okay.
Yeah.
So this place, Mercantes, is this really nice Italian place. And so we were coming here in first year, second year, the study rooms over there are really great. And we turned up the music and we lived. And now here I am.
Are you allowed to do those types of things, like in a university building? Like, is this not a dry campus?
I don't know. I think it probably is. Like, you can't drink in public.
How do you feel now that you're a university graduate from this university? How do you feel overall about this university?
Well, you know what? I didn't feel very welcomed when they cut off my building access this morning, so I'm a bit like, okay, you cut ties with me, I'll cut ties with you.
It's not unusual to see Porsches everywhere?
No.
Really?
I wouldn't be surprised if a third one pulls up behind.
Are these like students? Why do people have so much money here? Is that
I don't know. They just use it
From
as a
Poland?
place to... No. It's like from abroad, like it's overseas money.
that seems like
Kind of like investment. Like it's a very safe place to invest your money, so that brings a lot of wealth in. Low regulation, low taxes.
right.
No,
So
no corruption.
you allow a lot of foreign investment into your country.
Yeah, huge. Those pizzas are really good.
Yeah, it's really nice. This feta is really good. So this is the rainforest?
Yeah, this is the boreal rainforest, one of the rarest biomes in all of the world.
And what makes it so rare?
Because it's like a rainforest, but it's cold. So it's like we have a lot of evergreen trees.
Here we are on Wreck Beach.
Look at that dude spinning a thing. This place used to be dogs. There were koi fish in there, but then an otter came in and was eating all the koi fish. So they had to get cameras and a team of people to capture the otter and remove it.
People were getting too saucy with beanbags.
So we took the
Dope history. The old colonial capital of British Columbia was originally New Westminster. I believe it was early 1800s. The main industry here was a lot of logging, I think some fisheries as well, a lot of natural resources and whatever. Mm-hmm. And so New Westminster is on the river, further up the inlet. So it was the old colonial capital. But then as the industry grew here and everything, they needed a deeper harbor to support bigger ships and stuff coming in. And so they moved it to further downriver to Vancouver. British Columbia was still not a part of Canada. It was a British colony still. And yeah, there were actually two colonies at the time. So there was the mainland was the British Columbia, and then the Vancouver Island colony was its own thing. Oh. And so then they joined first as a single British colony.
Vancouver Island.
Vancouver Island joined with the mainland.
Interesting.
Vancouver Island was the bigger one actually. That's why Victoria's
the
capital of the province. So there was more there. We were just kind of a small logging outpost transporting shit in and out. And then in 1881, I think, is when the two combined colonies became a part of Canada and became a Canadian province. So yeah, that's dope history.
Deep Cove is a seaside village in North Vancouver. There are some shops and cafes, as well as a small bay and hiking trail up to Quarry Rock.
except maybe an express bus. So they created a new train called the Canada Line, and it takes you directly from the city center at the heart of downtown to YVR Airport.
Is that the only place it takes you?
No, but it basically just goes along this street, which is like why it's weird that there's also buses.
Granville Island is a very eclectic place to visit with friends and family. There are plenty of restaurants and small shops, my favorite being this large open marketplace with plenty of fresh cheeses, fruits, and treats.
Oh my god, queso, dude. It's gonna be the best piano
At 1,200 meters tall, this mountain is the peak of Vancouver and is a constant steep uphill slope for a solid 2 hours.
We are currently hiking up Grouse Mountain. I'm very sweaty. It is very hot, but we're here doing it. Right, Lo?
Just casually wearing some shorts while walking along some snow.
This is the bunny hill. Right here. This is the ski hill that I learned to ski on.
That's so nice. We love skiing.
We love it.
He's cute. I want to give him a hug.
Right? I bet he's really soft.
Yeah.
What?
Aw, he's gonna lay down.
Those mountains you see over there, that's the Olympic National Park in Washington State.
We were gonna go.
Wait, no way!
And the American border is like right there.
Up past the...
No, so you see like that dark line of trees there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the US.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so close.
Isn't that that's part of the US, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's this one, like, literally that little dark bit is like its own part of the US, but you can't like drive. You have to come back across the border and go that way to go to like the rest of the mainland US.
Wow.
Yeah, like you can yacht, like you could take a
You
boat
can totally
from the
yacht.
yeah, but I don't have a yacht, so.
Yeah.
We just finished hiking Grouse Mountain, and now we're here in Marcus Bachel's truck.
That's some neat of me yet.
You know the name of the truck, Steffi?
White light.
Estamos aquí at the Capilano suspension bridge. Down below us, we have the Capilano River. You can see the green and turquoise waters.
I see.
These are the same waters that came from the Capilano Dam that we visited the other day.
Yes.
And this river flows all the way out to the Pacific Ocean.
Ooh.
It is
But it's
key
fresh
to a
water?
lot of it, all fresh. Yeah, but it flows down out to the ocean, as as all rivers do eventually.
You're right about that.
Actually,
You know
some
how she
seep into
goes.
the ground maybe, but also she is a very important habitat for spawning salmon.
That is true.
So they'll like lay their eggs here,
Oh,
and
right
then they'll
here.
swim right up. And there's a hatchery just up that way too.
Dope.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
Here we are, walking through the treetops, just like Tarzan used to do.
We're on a treetop adventure, eh? Oh my gosh, where'd she go?
Oh, hey.
Oh, sneaky peek.
Here we go. Wow.
Treetop canopy. We're in the
We're dancing with wolves.
dances with wolves herself.
We're up here.
We are now on the cliff walk. As you can see, these are some cliffs. Right here to my left, your right. And we have a little walkway going along, and now we have a nice view of the suspension bridge
I am going to get some brunch with Aurora.
Okay. So there's a lot of foreign investment that's come into Vancouver, which has increased the housing prices a lot. But essentially, like a couple of years ago, so they are trying to combat it a little bit. So a couple of years ago, they put a tax on, so anyone that doesn't have a Canadian passport that wants to purchase a house have to pay like an additional like 15-20% tax.
okay.
Yeah. So they are trying, but that's definitely like part of the issue. But then also like, I don't know, it doesn't like the homeless people like still like can't afford it, so like,
Right,
really
yeah.
there's, like, you know, housing to be given or like heavily subsidized. But it's cool. They recently opened essentially a clinic where you can go and like safely inject yourself. So it's like a safe injection zone where they'll like have personnel, and apparently it's been like helping.
Really?
Because like people can like safely inject and like try like, you know, get help and like less overdoses.
Right. No, that's something else that's a difference. Like in the bathrooms and things, like, well, at Rec Beach is when Lola first mentioned it, and then also like when we were camping in our like in the bathroom facilities, there was like an area to put like your used needles, and like I'd never seen that before.
Yeah.
Which
I actually haven't seen that here either. I
Really?
didn't know that Rec Beach had it. But it's a big problem. Homelessness is definitely the biggest issue. It's really sad.
yeah, that's interesting that they're like keep them all in one area. But I mean, it makes sense because if tourists are all like, they probably don't really want people to.
Literally, when my mom came to visit me like 2 years ago, she stayed in a hotel and she talked to the front desk to like get maps and, you know, all those sorts of things. And the first thing that like the receptionist did was to like cross up this like street where she's like, don't go
Don't go
just
there.
like stay.
Wow.
Like even the hop on hop off buses, like because my mom did it as well, but like you look at the map of like how it's like laid out in the city, and you can tell it does like a big loop just to avoid that.
Wow.
So like Vancouver kind of tries to like not show it to people visiting, and that's why they just like keep them in that area. It's just because like it's like the street is just full of people. Like I've never seen like anything like that.
Wow. That is sad. Huh.
Yeah, it is really sad.
UBC leases the land from the tribe because the tribe still owns the land. So they pay they pay, I don't know how much, but a bunch of millions of dollars a year to this tribe to like be able to have their institution on their land.
Wow.
So it's complicated, and they're like, as long as UBC continues to be in like an academic institution, the Musqueam people will allow like UBC to keep like leasing
Wow.
it. Yeah, a lot of people study, like I know at the law school at UBC, a lot of people study like indigenous rights.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like
really
a big
cool.
major in the law school, I think.
So this is where all of like the cruise ships.
Go from California all the way up the coast to Alaska. So it's really like even just taking a cruise from Vancouver to Alaska is really, really popular. This is Cole Harbor. It is very expensive. So just generally like very rich people and nice apartments. And there's a harbor over there with a lot of like private like yachts and boats and nice things. So, yeah.
So this is Vancouver goals here.
Yes.
Fox was a dude who lost his leg to cancer. He was a marathon runner.
Yeah.
And then he lost his leg to cancer and then decided he was going to raise money for cancer.
So with a prosthetic leg, he said he was going to run from one end of the country to the other. He was from BC too, wasn't he?
Maybe.
I need to fact check.
Yeah. We think he's
Definitely
from BC.
fact check, but I'm pretty sure he was from BC because his mom lit the torch at the Olympics.
Okay, cool.
Absolute Canadian legend and hero. So he does this run from like literally the point of Mo freaking Newfoundland.
Yeah, or whatever the furthest point is.
Labrador. Yeah. I know my country.
And then
All the way to like the west point of Vancouver Island. And he ran the whole thing.
And so he inspired millions in the nation. So every year the elementary schools honor Terry Fox and what he has done for cancer. And we do, what is it, probably like a 3-kilometer run around the neighborhood.
Probably.
And then they blast music, and every single time they play, if I could walk 500 miles to be my
Exactly, that's how it goes.
And this song was an inspiration in our childhood. You'd be like
so
running
true.
up the hill, you're like,
Honestly,
and then you
like,
hear that, you're like, yeah. Okay,
I love
who are we talking about?
okay.
Which Canadian hero is this?
Maurice Richard, Montreal, Canadien.
Okay, do they?
So, let me tell you a little bit more.
so
we all watched. Actually, I was going.
Maurice Richard, Montreal, Canadien.
Montreal, Canada.
This is going back to I was telling Steph.
So he's
in
a hockey player.
He was a hockey player. for the
Love
Montreal
that.
Canadien. Okay, and what we were saying the other day when I was in the car with you, saying that we were listening to the radio, and there's this law in Canadian media that they have to play a certain amount of Canadian content,
Yes,
right?
I remember this.
So that we don't become too American.
America.
So, one of these little they put all these kids specials on TV, right? So, one of these like super Canadian production things that they showed on like one of the kids' channels was the show, I think it's called The Sweater? ?
Okay.
And it was like a story about this. It's like this like animated, like super, like it looks like the whole animation was done in like watercolor paint or something. Like it's like actually kind of beautiful, but whatever. Beside the point. So it's a story about this kid in Quebec who like plays hockey with his friends, and all of them wear the jersey of Maurice Richard. But then like his sweater gets a hole in it, so his mom orders him a new sweater, and like plot twist, they sent the wrong one, and it's a like Toronto Maple Leaf sweater. So like
Do have
Oh, yeah, those are
wait.
sensing some rivalry.
Oh, some huge rivalry. I don't even know where I was going with this, but that was like kind of a little iconic thing. You watch it in school. It's a big idea because my brother told me once, he was like, you can actually rent studios like by the hour in Vancouver for like with like full equipment, like mics, lighting, or whatever. So like you can do, I don't know, like if you want to blog or like do like bro, I'm hosting a roundtable discussion, like let's go. So you can do that, and I think that's something we should look into for sure.
I would be down to host a roundtable
Why
discussion.
Right?
we should have done? I wish we would have looked into this earlier.
I know. We really kind
we
of
had
kept
a
it.
whole.
Yeah, we made an
time.
oof. We made a big oof, but next time for sure.
Marcus, can you please tell me about this?
Oh yeah, of course.
Masterpiece you just completed?
So right now we're just putting some sugars on these berbers. Gonna let those babies macerate for a hot minute. Then we got a little biscuit over here, and our hand-whipped whipped cream. Ooh, she's looking fresh. And you're just gonna separate one of these bihotches, yas on some of that, and then a little dollop, and like a mama used to make.
I had a feeling that I belong. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone.